So more evidence has been unearthed that seems to support Tara Reade's sexual assault allegation that she has levied against Joe Biden. So I believe it was on the August 11th, 1993 edition of the Larry King live show, which was on CNN at the time. Tara Reade, I believe in her interview with either with Katie Halper or the interview she gave to Ryan Grimm on The Intercept, she had talked about how her mother had actually called into the Larry King live show at one point. Tara did not remember, necessarily what day or month or year this happened. She just remembered that her mom had, in fact, called in to Larry King Live about this issue of the alleged sexual assault that was perpetrated against her by Joe Biden, and this August 11th, 1993 edition of the show, what do you know, had a caller from San Luis Obispo, California, where Tara Reade's mother at the time was living, and this was the same month that Tara Reade says she was sexually assaulted by Joe Biden. If that's not a huge, a huge supporting factor and believe in her, I don't know what what is. So her mom calls into Larry King Live and basically says, my daughter, had worked in the Senate before. She had some issues. What can she do besides going to the press? And Larry King and the panel don't really give, any type of concrete answers, and instead kind of delve off into a side discussion and not really helping out Tara Reade's mom with this issue at that time. But so you have that Tara Reade said that her mom had called into Larry King live show. We now have that because Tara did confirm when confronted about this clip that it was in fact her mom's voice calling into Larry King live. We have the fact that she told her mom, her brother, and I believe a friend as well at the time. The friend and brother both corroborate that, and her mom has since passed away, but other people have corroborated that's what she had told her mom at that time as well. Then we now have, her mom calling into the show, which Tara Reade had also acknowledged had happened, and as well as the fact that some of the interns that Tara Reade was supervising at the time basically said that, Tara Reade wasn't supervising them anymore, wasn't in contact with them anymore, wasn't working with them anymore without any type of explanation or anything given. It was just cut off, very without any type of reason given, basically. And this coincided with Tara Reade trying to report to the higher ups within Team Biden, within Senator Biden's office at the time, about this sexual assault, this previous sexual harassment as well. And then so her, duties overseeing these interns were taken away. The interns at the time had also confirmed this. So when there's smoke, there's fire, and there seems to be a lot of frickin' smoke here to not at least take this allegation very seriously and actually confront and call Joe Biden out about this, because to my knowledge, when he's been, on these different mainstream media outlets, there's been no type of question to Joe Biden whatsoever on this issue, and it's frankly really disgusting and disturbing that these, liberal media pundits, on MSNBC, on CNN, etc., aren't willing to take this story seriously just because it's about a Democrat that they want to win the presidency, as opposed to, Brett Kavanaugh when he was up for, the Supreme Court nomination, or all the stuff surrounding Donald Trump during the 2016 campaign. All of those things should be investigated with the highest, degree of scrutiny, because this is a really huge thing. And it's not, the first time that a woman has accused Joe Biden of acting inappropriately towards him. I believe it was Lucy Flores. I think she's some type of maybe politician or former politician, something like that, from Nevada, said that Biden, kissed her on on her neck or something, just, without any type of consent or anything. We got all these weird, like, sniffing videos that, we're seeing Joe Biden do, and just, like, weird kissing stuff. And then we have now this, what seems to be a very serious and obviously disturbing sexual assault allegation against Joe Biden. And again, what Tara Reade said is that she was basically bringing some type of gym bag to Joe Biden. She brought that to him. He then pushed her up against the wall and then stuck his fingers inside her vagina without any type of consent or anything, without like, hey, can I do this? Can I, digitally penetrate you? No type of consent or ask. I mean, it's just hugely disgusting. Again, he was a powerful senator. She was working on his Senate staff, and obviously there's huge power imbalance there with Joe Biden having a lot of it, and it seems like he exploited it to try to get some type of sexual conquest from her. And I mean, it's hugely disgusting, obviously, on just on the face of it. And that, Joe Biden has a long decorated history of lying about so many things, lying about marching in the civil rights era. I think he recently said that he was like arrested in South Africa with Nelson Mandela. I mean, he just lies about so many things. Lied about, his support for the Iraq War, basically saying that George W. Bush tricked him into it. I mean, this guy is shady as fuck. So honestly, I wouldn't put it past him that he did sexually assault Tara Reade. And again, it's a huge blemish on the corporate mainstream media, at least, from the television side, for not taking this allegation very seriously, because they should. I mean, they rightfully, investigated the stuff against Kavanaugh, against Trump in 2016, but, well, it's a Democrat. It's Joe Biden. He's the lesser of two rapists. It only supposedly happened, one time, so we can't let that get in the way of, getting him elected. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, that we did have a candidate who wasn't accused of rape or sexual assault, Bernie Sanders, but he has now dropped out and endorsed the alleged rapist, Joe Biden. And then we obviously have, the other rapist on the Republican side, Donald Trump, little Donnie Trump. So it's like, I mean, I don't know what else people would need to believe that this was a credible sexual assault allegation against Joe Biden. Again, her brothers confirmed that she told him at the time about this. Her mother had confirmed it in the past. A friend confirmed it. Her duties supervising those interns were taken away as soon as she tried to, report this to the higher-ups within the Biden campaign. She tried to get the Time's Up Legal Defense Fund to help her. And then now this, CNN call this on the Larry King show of her mom has now been unearthed. And guess what? CNN scrubbed that from their playlist. You go try to look for the August 11th, 1993 show. They took it down. I saw somebody on Twitter post about it. This is how fucking corrupt the corporate media is. They are willing to cover up Joe Biden's very credible sexual assault allegation against him in order to try to prop him up against Donald Trump. It's sick. It's disgusting. We all need to be calling it out. Rape, sexual assault, sexual harassment, sexual misconduct is horrible, no matter if it's a Republican, a Democrat, an independent, communist, socialist, libertarian, whatever, however you identify politically. It's fucked up, it's immoral, it's unethical, it's illegal, it's disgusting, no matter who does it. And unfortunately, we're seeing that the corporate media doesn't really give a shit about this. If it's a Democrat that they prefer over Donald Trump, hugely disgusting. Peace, much love. I would love to hear your thoughts. Please hit that like button if you like this video. If you're not, thumbs down, that's cool too. And subscribe if you haven't already, and share your comments in the comment sections down below. Peace, much love.